here from createyourfuture.co. So today I've got Carol joining us. Hi, Carol.
Hi, everybody.
So Carol's got an amazing story. She's got a success story from her life that of when she actually recreated somebody who actually stopped talking to her altogether. And then she actually turned the situation around to get him to call her. And it's really neat because I think all too often, when we recreate people, we forget to go back and revise before a big issue happens, So in this story that she tells, and she's going to share her technique with you as well, is that she actually changed, before the whole fallout happened, which is so important, especially when there's like a breakup or anything like that, right? So yeah, and just to let you guys know as well, she is a coach here at Create Your Future. She does video coaching sessions, and she's actually offering a really special low rate for the next month for you guys. So check it out. We'll definitely put the link in the description below. So yeah, let's hear the story.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so background information. We were childhood friends. We were raised together. We met when we were 8 years old, and we were like brother and sister. And after many, many, many years of friendship, about 15 years ago, he got involved with somebody. And this person, she was jealous of her friends and his family, and she was jealous of me. And he completely cut me off. He cut me out of his life because she asked him to. And this was back when I didn't know much about, the law of attraction. So of course my self-talk was horrible. Like, oh, she's toxic. How could he do this to me? I thought we were friends. I thought we were like brother and sister. I thought we had a strong bond. I was completely offended. I was devastated. Eventually I got over it. But so long had gone by that after they broke up, they ended up breaking up anyways. And it was such a long time after that he didn't dare to contact me. He didn't dare to call me to apologize. At that moment, I still didn't know that I was creating all of it. It was all me creating. I created her. I created the situation. Mm-hmm. But a few months ago, I was talking to a few friends. We grew up together, so we have a lot of friends in common. And somebody brought up his name, and I was like, I wonder how he's doing. And it's just, I started reminiscing, and I'm like, wait a minute, knowing what I know now, I can definitely just, have him contact me or just bring him back into my life. And I started doing that. I went to my process, and I started intending, and I recreated the whole situation. And he actually contacted me, and I did not recognize his voice at first. Like, I almost dropped my phone. I was like, what? And it always surprises. It's funny because when we are creating, or it's like, we know that it's happening, we know that it's done, we feel it in our heart, but it still surprises us when it comes through for some reason. And the funny thing is that he actually said himself, oh yeah, I was talking to some friends, and your name came up, so I was just wondering how you were doing, which was the exact same thing that happened to me. I was wondering how he was doing, and I started creating intentions. And the process that I had to go through was, I actually had to, because I had been telling myself the same negative story for so long. It was like 15 years of thinking the worst. And I actually had to go back to when the friendship was good and remember the friendship, remember how we used to hang out, how we used to talk, how we had so much fun together. And I actually created intentions out of that. So I had to go back to that moment so I could feel it again. And I started saying, like, no, we have a strong bond. We were like brother and sister. We tell each other everything. Like, this friendship has been amazing my entire life. And I just, as I was saying it, I felt how it was back then before the fallout. And then, of course, the entire time, it's a mental diet, and remembering who you are is the most important thing. Like, you're the creator, you are in control. And yes, I was able to switch, like, just shift everything. And he contacted me, and we talked for a long time, and it felt like nothing had ever happened. We didn't even talk about what happened. We just caught up on 15 years of friendship, and he got married, he has kids, and it was awesome. It was awesome to just kind of, get connected with somebody. And and it's the exact same process with an SB, you know, when you want to have that person call you and contact you, it's the exact same process. And I don't know, I'm excited because he's back in my life. So
right. So the process that you did was letting go of that negative story and going back to when your friendship was good and creating intentions from that. So you're like brother and sister. We always talk. We're good together. You know what? He's forgiving. He's understanding. You know what? None of that matters. You know what? He's totally over it. In fact, it wasn't even an issue. Like everybody's forgotten about it. So that's, you know, and that's what we always say. Like the quicker you forget what happened and go back to dwelling in what you actually want, like, you know, the quicker it's done. The quicker you forget about a fight and go back to normal, then the quicker it happens for everybody, because we're all connected. And as soon as you shift, they shift, because they're you pushed out. Like, what an amazing everyone is you pushed out story.
Yes. And it's one of those things that sometimes people think it's impossible. It's been so long. Why would he call me? Why not? If we have such a strong bond, then of course he's going to want to know what has happened this last 50 years. He wants to know everything about my life. That was another one of my intentions. He wants to know everything about my life. He's curious about my life, and he calls me because he wants to know where I've been, what have I done, because that's how it always used to be back then. So why not now?
And you know what, like, you know, you can even take this a step further. You could make it even better than it was before. You know, even if you didn't have a strong bond with him, you can still intend that you had a strong bond with him, and he would remember it that way. You can actually change their memory of the previous relationship. Right? Because the only person that has to think that you have a strong bond with somebody is you.
Exactly.
Because it's only
I'm
right?
I'm the only one. Yeah.
So you can actually go back and revise and recreate the relationship, you know, from where it was, and make it just that little bit better. And they're actually going to think it's that way. You can actually change somebody's memory of a situation, which is absolutely phenomenal, you know?
Yes, it is. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So guys, you know, I mean, wow. So that is amazing. So I guess let's go with, you know, one more time for the process. So everybody, you know, get out your piece of paper and pen, and, you know, basically go back and write the way it used to be to get yourself back in that feeling, right? And start dwelling on that. Add in there anything that you want to change about it to make it even better. And, you know, address whatever happened, like, you know, for instance, a breakup or anything, you know, instead of thinking that they never want to talk to you again, start changing that to we're over it. Everyone's forgotten about it. It wasn't a big deal. And to start building your story from there and keep focusing on it, because you know, it's going to end up showing up. So amazing. Yeah.
Yes. Mental diet.
Yes. And make
you can't stress it enough. It does work.
It's funny. You're the one stressing and I'm the mental diet queen. Yes, guys, mental diet. Put it in there.
Because, you know, I'm amazed at how this popped up in my reality. It's like, this is huge.
Oh, totally huge. Totally. And yeah, you totally created her. I've just got one side note. So did he end up marrying that girl or a different?
No, they ended up breaking up.
Oh, of course they did.
Yes.
So look at you, even broke them up.
I mean, I kept saying, oh, she's so toxic. She's not good for him. And eventually they broke up. I just found out about it years later. And but they broke up. And he's happily married now. And she's okay with it. She's okay with that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
So look at, you're getting rid of third parties.
That too.
Yeah, changing the title of this video.
I didn't think about that, but it is so true.
Well, I was just like, okay, this was a great story. I'm like, but who did he marry? Like, that's my question now, right?
No.
Oh, that is so amazing. So guys, if you want some help recreating your specific person because there's been a fallout and you guys aren't talking, and or you need to get rid of the third party as well, then definitely check out the link in the description. You know, sit down and have a chat with Carol here. She's amazing. She knows the law of attraction. And yeah, and she's offering a really big special from really discounted rates right now for the next month. So I'll definitely write that down there as well. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.